Hello, I am Adalberto Cervantes Rodriguez. I am the creator of the ERP and Business Database technology that is used only by SAP and Oracle that install my technology, as well as partners, small Indian origin companies in United States, and almost all the clients. As explained in previous programs, the data is totally incorrect as well as the processes because they didn't use industrial engineering as well as they didn't use the science and technology. So what we can say is even Obama has president and almost all the presidents worldwide, as well as the CEOs, owners, shareholders, they are taking bad decisions worldwide. Even right now, they are considering themselves satanic, diabolic, and even the people say that they are psychopaths, criminals, and even homosexuals because they have these reptile implants in their body. So knowing that, today we're going to talk about basically the SAP and Oracle, and there are more companies created in the ERP technology. I didn't allow to do that. I have the patent. I have 2 criminal cases right now. Okay, but anyway, as I said before, we're going to talk about the SAP Oracle methodologies that they are applying to the corporates and government. I'm going to start saying that student at the master degree in industrial engineering at UPIXA, National Polytechnic Institute in Mexico City. I was really related with the science methodology that we have to use in corporates and government. So these Indian Indian origin IT companies, I think that they don't believe that in the United States we have the technology and also the science to apply to the corporates and governments and make it work. But what's happened after 9/11 is a totally change using this black box with basically Babylonian secret knowledge, and we're going to talk further about what is happening in relation with the methodologies. So basically, when I was studying the master degree in industrial engineering, as I said, there were a lot of methodologies to be applicable to corporates and government. In this case, the system was has the second position because even the third position, I don't know, but the corporates and government didn't use any IT methodologies, okay, to be applicable to all the areas in a corporate and government. Why? Because mainly all the companies were focused in productivity, effectiveness, efficiency, and others, reducing costs. Okay, so industrial engineering can apply all the science and technology related with those areas, coming from social sciences, engineering sciences, physics, chemistry, and math, and make sure that we have this costing reduction in our corporates and offer better prices to the customers and with good quality of the products. We don't see right now this kind of situation. They are even selling us poison and electronic equipment that can kill us or torture. It's incredible the change. So because of the not use of industrial engineering. To do that, they have been killing a lot of people, okay, inside the corporates, inside the government, to continue using this black box with this secret knowledge that are really satanic and diabolic. So in that time that when I was studying the master's degree in industrial engineering, there were a lot of techniques coming mainly from Japan, from the United States. But most of them, I mean, I think that there were so much than for example, there was a doctor, Artur Spechel, and he was coming from the Soviet Union with the studies there. So basically, he compared all these situations and said, okay, but we have to follow the scientific methodology, and he was correct. He was correct because all these methodologies they are not even scientific. So we have to follow several process, several steps to have it. But at the end of the day, we don't have any scientific methodology applied to. So everything has to be based in scientific methodology, not in pseudo methodologies that are used today in SAP and Oracle, and that's why it doesn't work at all. Okay. So when I started working for Alexander Profit Company. Then is part of the elite. Okay. This company was working in business services, productivity, and cost reduction programs as well. So this company is really focused in work mainly for corporates and government, trying to reduce costs and others. This is coming from West Palm Beach, Florida. It's coming from London. So we're talking here about the Rothschild, okay? And in Latin America, they were working in priority areas for them. For example, Telefonica. So telecommunication was really important. Everything related with the MK Ultra, all that. They have been working for years, okay? In education, Colombia, okay? In the Santander Bank that belongs to the Rothschilds. And also in Mexico with a lot of companies of Slim after the bankruptcy made by the Salinas with all the Illuminati pyramid. Basically, Slim took those companies and do a re-engineering. You can see the biography of this guy. He was millionaire doing that, but the cost of the companies was like a gift for them. Even they use the Mexican taxes to buy that companies, and after they didn't return that money, and they keep the companies, and they continue doing this accounting and fiscal fraud. So something is bad with the methodology that needs use, and working with Alexander Profit Company and others companies because they create a lot of other companies using some kind of methodology. I think that only 25% of science and technology coming from industrial engineering was used at that time. Right now we are not using even 25%. I will say 5% or less. And if we compare with my technology right now, it might be even less. So you can imagine right now the situation. That's why it's so satanic and so diabolic with wrong decisions taken even by Obama and other presidents that make us to be poor, unemployed, be killed easily by these elites. So using these methodologies with Alexander Profit, we can find a lot of savings, even more than 50% of saving in some cases. So we really have results, okay? So I was working in these companies for 10 years, and after, with my technology, they start using my technology wrong, but it was the ERP analysts start replacing the re-engineering and service consultant companies, legal by legal. But at the beginning, we have to work together, okay? And in my thesis, it's really clear that we have to use the re-engineering process to make sure about the productivity, because as a matter of fact, we always have better productivity, even than they were using only 25% of the industrial engineering knowledge. than we have at that time. Right now it's even less. So we can improve the productivity as a matter of fact, and we have the results. So at the beginning of the ERP, we have to use together both systems. Basically, the ERP has SAP and Oracle were used mainly from 1995 to 2000. They were used only to comply with the Y2K evaluation. Then I was working for Walmart and the IING. So only making sure that instead of using 2 digits, that we were using 4 digits because of the year. Okay. So I didn't see any increase of productivity. So the re-engineering process and cost reduction problem, they might be used. Okay. But this was combined with the part of systems. So the one that is given really the results was the re-engineering process, basically using activity-based costing. That is, as I said before, that's the technique that is can be used to make sure that the ERP is totally integrated, because we cannot add apples with beans. So we need to use the activity-based costing to have the integration of all the modules. That is not used today. So SAP and Oracle didn't recommend anymore to use service consultant companies working in productivity. It will be good to have someone who knows the ERP and the engineering process as me, but that's not the case because we are using a high school guys coming from India. So we need to replace all that. Has been used to do it more than 20 years ago, because we're destroying our corporates, our government, and that's why the people is unemployed, poor, and all the companies are going to China. Has a re-engineering planning done by Secretaría de Trabajo y Previsión Social and the Department of Labor. So everything is planned. But we have to change because we are not using science and technology. We are destroying ourselves. So having this context, I will say that the ERPs are using other kind of technologies. You have to do a workshop. You have to create technical and functional specification. In some cases, you have to use solution manager, have the business blueprints, make the configuration, okay, and after the testing, integral testing, unit testing, and the training, and finally go to production and finally give support, okay. But in the case of re-engineering, each week we have to evaluate really that we increase the productivity, okay, and at the end of the process we have to have we have to sustain all this development in business cycles, okay. So we have important processes, has time and motion studies for some specific processes to improve the productivity, and also some analysis about training, okay, even in workshops, specialized workshops. So for most of the cases, we have to separate these both methodologies, and the one really giving the result was in engineering using activity-based cost systems. We don't see any result at this time. The costs are increasing, the effectiveness and the efficiency is less than we used to have more than 20 years ago. We cannot believe that the cost of production is less in China, because cost of production cannot be reduced drastically. Okay, it's similar in both cases, but the transportation cost, it makes the difference, and transportation from China to United States costs a lot of money. So that's impossible. Something is happening. They are using our tax money. The Bush, the Clinton, Obama. I don't know what they are doing to have this kind of reduction in the cost, because transportation is really expensive. So I don't believe that. Even in Mexico, they are moving the companies that are coming from the States. Immediately they're going to bankruptcy, and immediately they are moved to China. So this is a re-engineering process already defined by the Secretariat de Economía and the Department of Economy in United States. Pretty sure about that. So looking both methodologies, my thesis try in certain way to combine these two methodologies. Then, in fact, as I said before, the engineering was given result, while insisting we cannot see really the result. We only see system integrated, but they are really less with less cost. They are really giving us more productivity. I'm not so sure about that, and my estimation is that it's not, because it's what I can see as an engineering observer of the business processes at corporates and government. So SAP and Oracle are really they are working to make us believe that their systems are working, but they don't measure. We can see clearly that it's not working. We can see clearly that the programming in hardware and software is evil, and then our corporates and government, they are going to bankruptcy for sure if they continue using this Babylonian black box. So how to make it change their minds when they already know that when they start, they have to be working together with business consultant team, using re-engineering, using activity-based costing. They already know that. Why they change everything in the 9/11? Okay. So if you see my previous video, you're going to find out that all this situation is part of this evil new world order to try to bankrupt the United States and of course the corporates and government. Okay, it's happened. I live it already in Mexico City. That's the same process, and we have Salinas de Gortari, that is one of the main front worldwide of the 13 richest families. Okay, he was using an Excel and manual processes to bankrupt all the companies, and this is really what is happening using the ERPs in the way that we are using it today. It's totally wrong, and it's totally wrong because we don't use industrial engineering, as I said before, and we don't use science and technology. So we are losing employments. We are getting poor. Even they want to kill us in our on jobs, as in Banamex, okay, with the strokes, with and other sicknesses. So we really need to be focused in the methodologies that we are using at corporates. Most of them, they are not productive. They're not giving us effectiveness, efficiencies higher, and that's why we need to use industrial engineering, and of course follow the science and technology and the scientific, and use the scientific methodologies. It might not be difficult. We have the people in the States, really creative people. And we create industrial engineering, and we only have to use our own science and technology coming from resource papers again. Make sure that the corporates and government are using science and technology to make sure that everything is okay, because in other way we're going to live as blind people that doesn't know what is really going on. Okay. So I think that it was one of the main situations that this company, they didn't realize, as well as the Rothschild, as well as these Indian IT companies and others. Then we have the technology to change all this situation and make it much better. I can assure you, much better, because right now there's no results. So corporates has to change, because they infiltrate as well these new Christian Illuminatis are corporates and government, and we need to replace them, and we need to kick off as well the Indian origin IT companies from the United States are returning to India, and these guys with double citizenship or Israel US citizens, they have to be sent to Israel as well, because they have been damaged a lot. Okay, so as I said before, we have to reduce what we lose after 9/11. And these guys, they don't believe that there are some specialists like me, but there are many, then we know exactly what is happening. And with my technology, it's going to be easier the real change that we have to do. Okay, I hope that you like this program. Thank you very much for listening me. See you in the next video. God bless you. Thank you.